Yeah, I was just looking at those questions. I know, right? Does anybody want to cover the stories that Dr. Phil and others didn't want to cover back in 2006, 7, 8 with the vaccines? I know, remember many trying to reach out to those people? I know, when you see how heavily embedded they are, they're just another one getting payouts and promoting those things. Right, it's a conspiracy. It's like, how is that a conspiracy? Understanding how people have hypersensitivities and have damaged blood brain barriers from years of being over chemicalized and vaccinated. Right, so what wears holes in the blood brain barrier? What calcifies the pineal gland? These are simple things. They didn't want to cover those stories, and we actually had private investigators and good doctors disappear and kill themselves connected to those investigations. Well, they were spin-tailing it and getting a lot of the activists and psychos involved who wanted to teach people a lesson from the 90s. Yeah, a lot of them are right from that Bible Belt area. Right, up here we call them granolas. I know it's hard to make the correlation because some are right gone into the church area where others are more guru type or just all natural, artistic. It really gets stupid to us. This shit was fucking dumb to us when we were kids. How you fucking hicks and nasty fucking drug traffickers and pieces of shit, astute yuppies use the people that have nothing to do with your fucking parties or your bullshit or what you're trying to get funding for. We are sick of you people using innocent people. And just like the public school system has your little frickin' cesspool to pick from. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting what they've been doing. Yeah, they do. They find the ones that have nothing to do with it, right? And then usually, that's someone that's a liability or they're a snitch. Yeah, they tried killing us a few times when we were teenagers. It's another reason we were put on the program when we were 18. So, yeah, to see what's been going on here and how, yeah, in the year 2000, we were 18. What happened in the early 90s when we were kids, none of this stuff has been addressed, and people play fucking stupid and brush it under the rug and just want to tell fucking glory stories from 1967 like none of it exists. It's like, yeah, dude, I wasn't even fucking born yet. I don't fucking care. Eat shit and die. Right. So, anyways, my name's Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here, and my youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. Well, in 2010, when they signed off on a lot of that stuff, and you'll see, that's ironically when me and him met, yeah? Yeah, we saw him coming a mile away. And it's really sad and disturbing to us because you don't expect people to be that stupid, right? Because we've been doing this a while, and even those guys know, as long as you have aware people around you, if they're nasty, horrible drug traffickers, well, that's what we're looking for. So, right, if that happens to you, we're sorry. Protect yourself, because if you're surrounded by those people, they'll get you and your kids. And as you can see, that's exactly what fucking happening, and none of them want to fucking acknowledge it. Ask him about the little boy that he beat up in the tub. Fucking astonishing. And right immediately, where does this come from where they all want to say, I witnessed it, I did it, and I protected him? It's like, so I'm 3 different people. They don't make any fucking sense, dude. It's like, okay, so what happened? They won't answer the questions. You think that's okay? I'm not talking about this. This is what you get with all of them. Yeah, there's a good handful around these parts protecting these fucking punks. Well, a lot of you were on board with that because they were helping with the drug investigations or getting the Karen or the non-vaxxer. See, they could care less about any of that, but when they see all you people gung-ho about that stuff, they depend on it. If you didn't notice, back in 2010 and 11, and we showed you how they were trying to get the racist stuff going. Remember they saw that wasn't going to work? I gave him a dirty look, like, what the fuck? Right, because we were playing Modest Yahoo, and he gave me a dirty look. That's a Hasidic Jew. And he'd always play that fucking dirty, nasty, stupid fucking rap that no one wants to listen to. I like rap music, but he'd always play the really just violent, stupid, like shit you can't even fucking understand. Yeah. And the stuff you can understand is just like busting up this and shooting up that. It's so fucking stupid. It's like, who pays these people to make this music? They said usually it's that, like, it's usually like people with money that they pay to make the music. It's a business, right? You have all these studios that depend on these people who want to make it to the big time or whatever. They don't really care. Making it to the big time to them is just, getting their music played over the big speakers in different auditoriums. Get on the list, man. You can pay to be on the list. Right. Really fucking stupid, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Do you think they're going to help the kids soon? Or, yeah, do any reporters want to report on these things? Yeah, I remember back 2006, 7, 8, the same stuff we had been dealing with for years and trying to get people to understand the overprescribing of SSRIs and the dangers there, and that how that increases auditory and hallucinatory visualizations. I know, right? It's really sad how they don't seem to get this. Yeah, that's usually what it is too. When they build their reputation, they get popularity, get their song playing at a certain club. Hey, that's my song. That's your song playing? Hey, that's his song playing. And then all of a sudden they're popular among all these groups. It's a club thing. Yeah, a lot of people that did those things, they went off into, once people start calling them out for what they're doing, they usually go into charitable work and tell their story of how they were some drunk nightclub owner for years and now they're helping children drink clean water. It's fucking fabulous. Right, it's like, well, shouldn't our government be doing that? Isn't that what the public schools are for and stuff? All these hundreds and thousands of kids, millions and millions of kids, 100,000 schools, right? 100,000 schools, millions of kids. For years, people have been talking about this. Shouldn't that be in the public school, skills and training, law enforcement? Uh, right, and then you'll have all these people and workers, right? Kind of like military forces, right? As opposed to just like paying them to party and act like douchebags here and wear a uniform and expect respect. Right, and then just sending them over to these places to fight your gang wars when people don't want to listen, where things are getting too shady, you get too many liabilities or assets that are going, hey, hey. Right, so I'm not sure how people are playing fucking stupid to a lot of that stuff all throughout our mainstream and everything. Shame on a lot of you people. It's fucking disgusting and disturbing. Even the president has been saying they're nasty, horrible liars. I know. It's like, when are you going to fucking wake up and help these kids? I'm not really sure. Absolutely amazing. So, anyways, yeah, the blood brain barrier is damaged by conditions causing severe inflammation, oxidative stress, or physical trauma, leading to increased permeability and brain tissue injury. Major causes include neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's, ALS, strokes, infections, meningitis, SARS, CoV-2, traumatic brain injuries, concussions, high blood pressure, and chronic stress. Right, so for a lot of children that grow up in the lower class, I mean, that's just expected, right? You're going to have probably stress, chronic stress, brain injuries, concussions. Yeah, I had all that too, pretty bad ones. I can't believe I lived through some of those concussions. All right, neurological and acute conditions, stroke and cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disease, traumatic brain injury, infections. Yeah, that's a big one. So a lot of people say the infections and why the vaccines are injecting you with infections, right? Right, not to mention all the other chemicals. Now, also when you eat, say, right, remember mad cow disease? That was an infection, right? You were getting from meat. So the era of mad cow disease, yeah, they know this. This is whatever, like, different stuff was happening in the farms. They're injecting them. They're trying out different antibiotics, growth hormones. Remember that? Growth hormones. Oh, no growth hormones. Now let's take those out. We laughed. Remember back in the 90s when they were first testing that out at some of the farms? We're like, holy crap, we had some really big boobs, huh? I know. We got pretty big. Our boobs, everything got bigger. Well, not everybody was eating the growth hormone meat. They were actually pretty sick and demented. Yeah, because you knew even like, remember our pigs? Dad used to say they'd come and take the pigs and drug them up and then bring them back. Why would they do this? Even Stanley? Now I have a problem with it. You know, it's fine. You want to do it to the others, but you do it to my Stanley. Yeah, I have a problem. You know, I was only 5, so let me see how loud I can stomp my foot. I know, remember too when they slaughtered the pigs? I couldn't eat them. I was like, I could eat bacon up and no, it's a mental thing. Call me evil. I was just a kid. Really, I'm just letting you know as a 5-year-old, I'm sitting there thinking, I can't eat this. Thinking, I was, thinking of memories of standing on the pig pen, looking down in and seeing Stanley's cute little face in the mud. Like, yeah, I know, I can't eat it. What if this is Stanley? It's like, well, you ate it before. Well, yeah, but that wasn't Stanley. Yeah, remember? Yeah, and Dad had to give them all away because we wouldn't eat it. He gave them to Danny up the road. I know. So, no, when you think about this, I mean, then you know who ate certain animals that got certain chemicals. I know. It's not funny. I don't think it's funny either. I'm 44 years old and I still can't do anything about it, and nobody else seems to want to speak out about it. They seem more concerned about missing underwear for some reason. Amazing, too. So, hopefully, we have a lot of these traveling bands that have been connected with a lot of those ones, getting the people about ready to snap, non vaxxers, high speed chases. I mean, you can almost know when it's going to happen, huh? Yeah, a lot of these people are connected to the ones back in the 90s. They've moved over to California and Texas, huh? Yeah, I remember those people back in the 90s. They would get people drunk and get them to get behind the wheel on purpose. Yeah, they thought it was funny. I was absolutely horrible. No, I didn't agree with it, actually. No, actually, I tried calling it out a few times. Like, that's not right. Right, and look at what happened to me the few times I tried calling out some of that stuff. Hmm. I actually got set up, yeah, a few times. They'd set me up to be one of the ones to get beat up. Yeah, I know. So another reason I was put on the programs when I was 18 in the year 2000. Right. So when people ignore this and no one wants to report on it and they want to play fucking stupid to it, and we told you we got the attention of a lot of these activist groups, probably some of you journalists in 2015 and 16. Yeah. Now, do you care more about the dog or the kids? What can be proven, huh? You sick fucks. Anyways, I know, right? We're sick of this shit. They've been playing these games since the 90s, and they set up things, they show little clips of people being racist or kicking a cat, and then you're dealing with these sleuths of traveling bands of people, right, doing their little investigations, befriending people, getting into relationships with people, the dating games, the hazing, the cheating, and then they use all these excuses when you have investigations going on associated to cartel families. I mean, they can pretty much have a free for all, right? These kids from the street. Huh? Are you the new kids on the block? Step one, we can have lots of fun. Step two, there's so much we can do. Step 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I don't know. So, any suggestions, or anybody have any suggestions as to how we can get these neglects, abuses, and frauds reported on here in Augusta, Maine? I know, see how none of them want to talk about it? See how they try to ignore these situations? Because a lot